talking had to go. Serial killers who accidentally chose the worst targets.
The Cheetah Incident. In 1993, at a club in California, a demon prowled the venue. Unbeknownst to many, the Grim Sleeper, a man who'd ended the lives of 10 women, was searching for his next victim while everybody else was drinking and having fun. He noticed an African-American girl that seemed annoyed and upset, so he walked over to her to figure out what was wrong. The lady told him that she was invited out to play dominoes, but everybody there kept offering her drinks and telling her to club when she wasn't a drinker. It was extremely late, and she was tired and wanted to go home, so the Grim Sleeper pointed to his vehicle outside. He told her that he has a car, and if she really wanted to go home that badly, he could just take her.
Nah.
Delighted, the woman sprung out of her seat and followed the dangerous criminal back to his car. She got in first, and he shut her door like a gentleman. Then he got into the driver's seat and began taking her to her house. After a while, she told him to make a right turn to her house, but he ignored her. Confused, she repeated herself. "You're supposed to make a right over there, not a left." Realizing the criminal was no longer responding, the lady quickly went to open the door to get out of the car, but it was then that she finally realized that the door didn't have a handle on the inside. She was literally trapped in the car.
No.
Becoming filled with...
that's some real serial killer stuff, though. Having a door with no door handle in the inside? Who thinks of that?
With joy, the monster finally revealed his intentions to the woman. And as you could probably guess, they were horrible and evil. But there was only one problem with his plan. The woman he was talking to wasn't any ordinary person. The Grim Sleeper had accidentally trapped himself inside a car with the Cheetah, also known as the most dangerous woman in the world.
What are the odds? He got trapped in the car with a female Jet Li.
Title that would be given to her just 1 year later, as she'd go on to win the 1994 kickboxing championship. When she was young, she was ruthlessly bullied and chased around the town. Her uncle was a martial artist.
That's what I'm telling you, ladies. If you're not gonna get a weapon, please learn a freaky ass fighting style. Learn jujitsu. Learn something crazy. Don't do just boxing. Learn something insane where like they got pressure points. You know what I'm saying?
Arts master, and unknown to the Grim Sleeper, her uncle forced her to fight him every single day in order to get her black belt.
What? That little girl was fighting her grown uncle every... Okay.
At the end of the day, whenever she finished practicing with her colleagues and got ready to leave, her uncle, also known as Master Quiet Storm, would lock the door with a key. And
her uncle name is what? Nah. No.
Ready to leave, her uncle, also known as Master Quiet Storm.
Her uncle name is Master Quiet Storm. That's hard though, like. My uncle Master Quiet Storm, he don't... Okay, on me.
Would lock the door with a key, and if she wanted to exit the dojo, she'd have to beat him in combat and forcefully pry the keys out of his hands. She did this every single day as a kid. As the criminal asked her to comply with his sick demands, she told him no. As you could guess, this angered the psychopath, so he swung at her with his full might. But immediately she blocked his punch and spun back with a devastating counterpunch, striking him straight in his face. "Oh. So you're a fighting type," he said as he smiled. The woman quickly jumped into the back seat of the van, and he followed after her, which would go on to prove to be his worst mistake. Once he was trapped in the trunk of the van with the professional champion kickboxer, she unleashed a hellish attack on him. He tried to tackle her, but she grabbed his shirt and swung him around in the trunk of the van, smashing his head against the inside of the vehicle.
Bruh, she's boxing him in the free candy van. She's in the back of the free candy van, doing him the worst way possible. He like, yeah, I got me on me. She in trouble. She wanna fight. Okay, no, this ain't the shawty you wanna fight, twin. No.
She then flipped his shirt over his head while unloading a flurry of non-stop punches to his face.
Oh my God, she was like,
causing him to fall backwards on his butt. At this point, the girl noticed that his pants were unbuckled and falling down, so while they were still in the trunk, she stomped on his chest and grabbed his, and pulled them so high that she thought she ripped them off of him.
Oh my gosh! She almost ripped his sack off his body. Oh my God, that made my stomach hurt. I almost threw up for this nigga. But at the end of the day, he deserved it. Fuck this dude.
The Grim Sleeper shrieked like a banshee and began crying out in pain. He quickly gave her the keys to unlock the van and escape. But before she left...
Ooh, he said, here, I won't ever do this again.
While still pulling his royal jewels, she told him, When I say no, it means no, before delivering a nasty right hook to the crying man, nearly knocking him out. She took the keys, unlocked the trunk of the van, and quickly escaped while throwing the keys away so that he couldn't follow her. Freddie Gibbs would go on to win her first championship after that year, officially titling her as the
Whoa, fuck no. Hell no. Ooh wee. I know she beat the brakes off of something. Oh my god, look at the build. This is insane.
most dangerous
And then she almost ripped his nuts off his body. Gang, stop it. I believe she could have though.
woman alive. And years later, the grim sleeper would later be caught and arrested in
This is the
She should have stomped his nuts until they imploded.
2010 because of an eaten pizza crust he left at a crime scene.
fuck. Hold on, I ain't hear that right.
As the most dangerous woman alive. And years later, the grim sleeper would later be caught and arrested in 2010 because of an eaten pizza crust he left at a crime scene.
And not the tens of hundreds of women he went after? Hold on. Am I losing my marbles? Am I tweaking? They caught this nigga because of some pizza, not because of the women.
When a bitch says no, she means no. And I walked in, bam! Then I left.
On me?
The Night Stalker. In the summer of
She got that.
1985, the city of Los Angeles became gripped by fear. Night after night, a mysterious intruder slipped silently into homes across Southern California.
In LA though?
He struck in darkness, often entering through unlocked doors or open windows while families slept,
about right.
and he did the absolute unthinkable to his targets. If there was a man in the house he broke into, he would immediately just end them, then he would attack and assault the man's family, often carving evil imagery into women and anybody else in the house.
What? Tell me that grown man ain't have no weapons? Nobody in LA got a weapon? Nobody in LA got a gun? They tell me this other grown man taking them out. I went, ooh, I put that. Hold on. On me. I heard anything. I sleep so light. I heard an ant fart. I'm up and ready to go, locked and loaded on me.
And then he would stab them until they perished. The victims described him as a thin, satanic man that had wild eyes and reeked of sweat and cigarettes. Police didn't know his name yet, but the media soon gave him one, the Night Stalker. This individual had 15 victims tied to his name, and he by all means was a top priority to officers in the nearby counties. On August 31st, 1985,
How do you get away with 15 murders? How do you get away with one? After the first one, shouldn't you be caught? They 15?
he casually strolled into a nearby convenience store to pick up a beverage because he was thirsty. And right next to the drink he was grabbing, he noticed a rack of newspapers that all had a wanted poster of his face on it. He immediately panicked and darted out of the doors looking for an individual to target and carjack so that he could leave the area.
Fuck, he panicked for like he wasn't there doing the crimes. Nigga think this a video game or something?
The criminal jumped into the car of a 28-year-old woman named Angelina. Without wasting a second, he began to punch her in the stomach.
Oh no, this living in GTA. He don't think life real. This is the type of people that get influenced by violent video games.
And forcefully steal her car from her. What the Night Stalker failed to notice is that her neighbor was nearby watching it happen, and he also had huge balls. As the neighbor ran over to help Angelina, the Night Stalker told him to stay back and warned him that he had a gun. The 50-year-old neighbor called his bluff and ripped the scumbag right out of the car. And it was at this point that this man had realized that he'd chosen the absolute worst neighborhood to do a carjacking in, because he instantly found himself surrounded by a huge, angry mob. Everybody in the neighborhood knew who he was. They
like, oh me, that's hell, let's get his ass. They started jumping cuz.
knew all of his crimes, and worst of all, they weren't police officers, so their idea of justice wasn't jail.
Put them hands and feet on his ass. On me, let me catch somebody like this in the neighborhood. Oh my god, I'm gonna rip his uvula out. I'm gonna reach in. Oh my god.
Was death. The crowd of people beat him viciously. Angelina's husband ripped a steel rod out of a metal fence and began smashing his head with it. While
Violence. This is justice served. She grabbed a metal pole out of a fence. She's like, hold on, what can I kill his ass with? I like that though.
Angelina's husband ripped a steel rod out of a metal fence and began smashing his head with it,
And
while another neighbor attacked him
that
with
was
a
her
makeshift
husband.
spear made out of barbecue equipment.
Whoa, they started poaching this nigga.
Multiple people grabbed and tugged at him from different directions, beating him senselessly with anything they could find. They beat him so bad that when police showed up, he began crying out, "I did it! It's me!" begging them to arrest him. Reports state that once he
They beat on him so bad. He was
Like me, man. I did everything.
everything they say that was true. I did it. I'm the Night Stalker. I did it. That's justice served though. The courts don't be doing enough. They be like 20 years to life. They get out when they 40. Nah, that ain't enough for me. I need you to turn into dust, nigga.
was arrested, he began speaking Spanish to himself, saying, "Thank goodness the police came and arrested me. I'm so lucky." When he was
Whoa, did you see that shitty ass haircut? No, this make me feel better
saying,
about life.
"Thank goodness the police came and arrested me. I'm so lucky."
Oh, that's a bandage. That's how bad they beat him. I thought he just had like a bald head and just a little bit of hair in the back. They beat him so bad they put a bandage around his whole face. Nigga got a concussion, CTE, everything. He started speaking Spanish to himself. Nah, they beat him crazily.
When he was taken to the police station, a crowd of 500 people surrounded the building chanting, "Kill him," in unison.
I mean, they said that we ain't do enough.
He would go on to receive 19 death sentences. However, he would pass away from cancer at 53 years old in 2013.
Oh, he's a...
Honestly, if I was the cop tasked with arresting him that day, I probably would have just driven around in circles and pretended like I couldn't find him.
Nah, I would have driven on top of him. I would have started doing donuts on top of his forehead in my squad car. Fuck all that running past. I'm like, and I'm out there like, oh my God, get him. I'm pulling out phones.
So that he could spend some more time with the crowd of victims he had been terrorizing for the past year. The crash out incident. While most either don't know or just don't believe it, this man is a serial killer.
I didn't expect to see King Von in the Talking Hat video.
While most either don't know or just don't believe it,
Wait, who got more bodies, him or Lil Jeff?
this man is a serial killer. Allegedly. He grew up in the Parkway Gardens, an area that would later
No, he has a King Von animation. Talking Hat, stop it. Who are you, dude?
on become named O-Block, which is named after his close friend and mentor, OD, when he was murdered. A little later, Pontoon, another one of his friends, would pass away in the same way. And, I should probably mention that his father was also murdered when he was alive, but he still had a brother-like figure that he kept around as a close friend, White, except not really, because in 2012, White would pass away on Von's 18th birthday, right in front of him at a gas station. It's important to note that it was this specific traumatic incident that caused him to become a serial killer, as after this moment, he would later on be connected to over 10 or 11 murders throughout his life,
Holy cow.
whilst also taking deep, nearly sociopathic pleasure in the lives he ended and putting it into his songs. Allegedly, of course. Nonetheless, he really did what he rapped about in his music,
Right?
which is what
That's what made him hard, though. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't listen to a lot of King Von. That wasn't my type of music because everybody rap like, oh, just caught a body, blah, blah, blah. But he was really like, and then going into the studio, it's not cool, but like a lot of rappers be cap rapping. He was dead serious.
what caused him to develop contempt for another popular up-and-coming artist in his industry, Young Boy. Von took a lot of pride in the crimes he committed, especially since it was what eventually made him become popular and successful. Young Boy, in a lot of ways, is similar to Von, but Von didn't believe that he actually did any of the things he rapped about. So for him to see another...
That's the thing too, though. Young Boy, I don't really see any receipts for him. With King Von, there's so many receipts, it's crazy. Young Boy is like, he still might be cap rapping to me.
artist getting more virality than him, when he believed he was a fraud, quietly upset him. And so, completely unprovoked, he'd go on to publicly say that Young Boy lies in his music online.
You got cap in your raps.
You got cap in your raps. This would start a pretty petty back and forth between the two young men. Von would begin flirting with the mother of Young Boy's kids. Young Boy would...
You heard that? And that's how it just, What was the purpose? Even though Young Boy got like 47 baby mamas, what was the purpose? Out of all the girls in the world, are we really, you know what I'm saying?
flirt with Von's ex. Then they sent disses at each other.
Look at them, look at this.
Mother of Young Boy's kids. Young Boy would flirt with Von's ex.
Niggas just be bored.
Then they sent disses at each other. And, blah blah blah. You get the gist. Despite the clear animosity between the two individuals, Von would go on to say that there was no bad blood between him and Young Boy at all, which would later on prove to be obviously untrue. On November 5th, 2020, he would get up, hop into his bulletproof Hellcat, and head out to a club to perform his show along.
That's the most Negro-ish car I ever heard in my life. That nigga got a bulletproof Hellcat. That's the blackest thing I ever heard, ever.
With 8 other cars that were guarding and following him. At the club, despite everything seeming normal and fun at first, people close to Davon noticed that he seemed off. The man frequently mentioned paranoia and feeling like the spirits of the lives he ended were always watching him. Many people said he could switch from being calm, collected, and silly to seeming very off or sociopathic. A lot of people.
That nigga was paranoid, all them bodies, all them minds, all them people talking to him in his head that he had smoked. So them people's, them ghosts in the back of his head tickling his brain, talking about, yeah. And then he'll switch it off. Oh man, he was going crazy.
People generally started to believe that he might have had a literal demon living inside of him, or something seriously wrong with his head. And it was noted that he was allegedly given inside information that one of Youngboy's friends was at a nearby club that was extremely close to him. This friend's name is Quando Rondo. After he finished performing
Oh my god, they blackballed the socks off of Quando Rondo.
at his show, he and his entourage got up, went inside of their cars, and headed back home to call it a day. However, suddenly the security guards noticed that Von's car had gone missing. He made a detour to the club that Quando Rondo was at, and waited patiently. His entourage later on showed up and
Oh yeah, I'm
found
definitely
Von.
a civilian.
After regrouping with him, they put all of their weapons away inside of the car and got ready to head inside of the club. But it was at this moment that one of Von's associates located the person he was looking for. As Quando Rondo was leaving the club, Von bumped into him head on and began to beat him ruthlessly. The man was terrified. Later,
Nah, this nigga talking hat dragging it. It ain't happened like that crazily. He said he beat him ruthlessly. Damn. He did not beat him ruthlessly. He got beat on. Ruthlessly though? Ruthlessly is crazy.
stating that he didn't even know who was fighting him. But once he realized it was Von, it felt like the devil or a demon was attacking him.
It's like I had an out-of-body experience.
Oh yeah, when he was explaining it. Okay, never mind. The way he was explaining it in this interview, it was like he was beating on him ruthlessly. Nigga said, I had an out-of-body bro, if somebody beat on you and you say you had an out-of-body experience, you got beat on, gang.
Felt like the
My
devil
bad.
or a demon was attacking him.
That's real.
It's like I had an out-of-body experience. Like it's like the devil was coming to get me. Like it's like my soul. Like I can't even explain it, man.
Von was doing what he
He said the devil was coming out to him cause that's how bad he was getting his ass whooped. Nah. Okay, my bad, talking hat. It was that ruthless. It was that ruthless. He said he was getting beat so bad he thought the devil was beating on him. Nah, gang. Okay, at 100.
loved, and the man he was attacking was likely going to become another victim that he'd rap about in his songs. But there was just one slight mistake he made. He assumed that his target was alone, and was so laser-focused on attacking his target that he failed to realize that just 2 feet away, a random white car was full of Quando's crew, all of whom were armed. And when they saw their friend being attacked by Von, they didn't hesitate to shoot him 4 times. Even after getting injured, Von continued wrestling and attacking Quando until the two were eventually broken up by their crews.
He got shot and he was still beating on him. That boy saw the devil for real that day.
Undercover police officers ran to the scene and began calling backup. The man had 4 holes in his body, and blood was leaking everywhere inside of the car, panicking his team and friends. Nonetheless, he was still alive and conscious. He'd even go on to tell his friends to calm down because he was fine. While he was successfully delivered to the hospital, during surgery he'd suddenly shoot up awake in cold sweats. He'd throw the nurses and medical staff who were operating on his body off of him, and then began swinging at them.
And Von made it through 2 surgeries. He had 3 surgeries ago. He made it through 2 surgeries. And then after the second surgery, he hopped off the bed and started fighting the nurse and said, "Where his gun at?"
In a state
That nigga fighting demons. No, he was fighting
Demons.
the nigga hopped off the operating table. Whoa. In the middle of surgery though? Talking about where my gun? Oh no, that nigga was possessed. That nigga needs some holy water. What the fuck?
of complete shock and panic, he began searching for his gun on the surgery table, but then froze, and suddenly, as he woke up, he collapsed from shock, marking his end. To think this situation
What the fuck? That's how he went out? Fuck, he thought he was the Terminator? No.
all stemmed from about 5 or 6 words is insane. He's got pretty good music though. The
Damn, a talking hat listen to King Vine.
spoon incident.
I'm weak as fuck.
A newbie walked into the prison earlier that week, and seeing that he was fresh meat, an atrocious criminal named William Roberts decided it was time to assert some dominance over him, since he seemed like the perfect target. It's unclear exactly what sick intentions William had in mind for the man when he approached him, but what is known is that when the two interacted, the monster began to boast and brag about the most heinous crimes he had committed in an attempt to put fear into the heart of the man.
See, that's why I'm not going to jail. It's always a nigga that's trying to be the big dog of the prison, trying to, oh, let's go. Nah, bruh. Just don't go to jail, fuck it. But in scenario, you gotta kill everybody. As soon as you go in there, as soon as you walk in there, just kill the biggest guy in there.
And make him yield to his requests. He walked up to the man's seat where he was eating, then he set down his food tray and began eating beside him. "What are you in prison for?" he said. "Because I'll let you know that I'm practically allowed to do anything I want. I'm in prison for..."
Man, you see, that's why you don't go to prison, gang. See, it's like me too handsome. Ugly go to jail. That's who go to jail. Ugly and weird people. See, me, I'm too handsome. I can't do shit like that. But ugly like you that's watching this video, you can do that.
Having my way with a 4-year-old. And look, I'm allowed to do anything I want. I'm in prison for having my way with a 4-year-old. And look, I'm still here. So what about you? Are you here for car theft, insurance fraud, reckless driving? After sitting and listening to William's monologue, the man calmly responded to his questions. "I'm a serial killer. I'm in here because I ended a man that was bragging to me about the horrible things he had done to multiple kids. I strangled him so hard that emergency responders said his face became blue like a pair of jeans. Because
Damn! How hard you gotta be choking somebody for their face to turn blue? Like a pair of fucking jeans? A pair of jeans, got it!
I hate predators. They thought I was crazy, so they sent me to a mental hospital where I bumped into another person who did the same horrible thing to kids. And so I
with him though, he choking out predators. That's real. That's what Gideon need to do.
ended him too. And now they've sent me to this prison, and just like deja vu, I have another predator telling me the same thing.
On me!
I just ended the life of another prisoner 2 hours ago. I hid his body under my bed, and I hoped I wouldn't need to do.
He said he hid his body under the bed. How the fuck do you hide a body in jail? No, that's crazy.
The same thing to another person for a while, but I guess I was wrong. William Roberts just happened to choose the absolute worst person to brag to about his crimes. He was talking to Robert Maudsley, a serial killer specifically known for only targeting predators.
Oh my god, this is the GOAT! He's the GOAT! Look at this Beatles guitar player looking ass dude.
He was talking to Robert Maudsley.
Look at him! He's like fucking lead singer of Beatles or something. 70-year-old serial killer, considered one of the most dangerous men in the UK, has been confined in a glass cage. What the fuck? He went on to brutally kill 3 more prisoners while behind bars. Oh my god, this nigga's the GOAT! Why is he getting penalized for this?
A serial killer specifically known for only targeting predators. And in the blink of an eye, Maudsley grabbed the spoon off of his food tray and jammed it into William's face. He screamed horrifically, but Maudsley didn't stop there. He ruthlessly beat and continued to carve away at the man's face with his spoon. He stabbed him over and over again, and somehow nobody in the prison noticed what was happening at all. William screamed and pleaded for help until he couldn't anymore. After Maudsley was finished, he calmly walked over to a prison guard and told them that 2 prisoners would be missing from the roll call today. Extremely concerned with that ominous statement, the guards ran
Can you see the blood on his hands? He just walked over after he just got done stabbing his face with the spoon. He said, hey, big bro, 2 people ain't showing up though. With blood on his hand, what the fuck are those cops smoking?
to Maudsley's prison cell and found the body of William and another prisoner. William's face was unrecognizable, but most horrifyingly of all, his brains were carved out of his skull with a spoon sticking out.
How do you do that? How did he do that? He started scooping his head up like some cereal. How did he open his head up and just start scooping like it was a pumpkin?
His brains were carved out of his skull with a spoon sticking out of it. The prison guards immediately believed that Maudsley must have cannibalized the man's brains, but he calmly denied the accusation and said something around the lines of, "No, I wouldn't do that, nor would I lie about it." The man
No, I like his attitude. He was raised right. He said, I ain't got no reason to lie. What's the point of lying about something like that? Are you crazy? Just killed 2 people casually?
would later on be placed inside of a glass box where he would go on to spend the rest of his life in solitary confinement. Most people in life are amazing to be around, but every once in a while there is a chance that you could bump into a psychopath, so always take
Oh my homie, look at this. Ooh, I just wanna
precautions and always be prepared so that you too don't end up as a victim. Have a happy day.
Oh, look at the goats. Look at the goats. Nah, look at the goats though. On some shit like that, you gotta put that at every video. Shout out to Talking Hat. Serial killers who accidentally chose the wrong targets. Worst targets, whatever you want to say. If you're new, subscribe, 20K soon. This is a dope video. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm posting this. Love you.